Hi, I'm Gilly Mendel and I will be showcasing in this short movie of what's new in Service Pack 1 of RAM 751 and how it relates to what asset management is all about. You could download this level of RAM from the Jazz.net site and check the specific enhancements and defects that were addressed in this particular service pack. The theme in 2012 for RAM remains mostly the same and is based on two fundamental use cases. Provide a means to create and manage assets that are to be shared or reused by multiple development projects, or referenced by the development team as part of the deployment process. And in the latter case, it is not only the deployment development outputs, but also packages that may be coming from open or third-party sources. RAM already shipped OBR protocol support late last year. This is where development IDEs like Rational Application Developer and runtimes like WebSphere Application Servers are using a bundle repository protocol to fetch dependent bundles as part of the installation of an OSGI application. Similarly, in this release, RAM provides support for the YAM client tool. YAM is a common installation tool used on Linux machine when installing RPMs. To use it, you will have to load the RPM RAM library and set up the YAM lifecycle, which really make use of a YAM policy. You then use RAM as usual. You could load RPM using the browser, IDE, a build process, or the batch client. And over here I'm uploading a browser package that I got earlier. While I'm here, check out some of the new uploads improvement. In the basic level, as over here, you could add files right from here. And we also made some fancy-smancy stuff on the upload itself. As you could see, the policy on the lifecycle munched on the RPM and populated the information around this asset, like name, short description, version, and such. It also creates related assets that designate the capabilities that are exported by this package. RAM provides a special URL to be used by a YAM client. It is the web service path /YAM. This URL represents a YAM repository for all RPM packages on the repository. If you want to filter these assets, you could utilize the RPM classification schema and the URLs that you see from this particular URL. So over here I switch into a Linux box where I've configured YAM with a repo file that points to my RAM's YAM URL. So let me make sure that YAM recognizes the RAM repository here, and sure enough. And more importantly, let's make sure that YAM could fetch and get that particular browser. So let's see if it's there. And that's it. Yep. The next thing RAM implemented in this release is the version 2 of the asset OSLC specification. This spec is not yet finalized, which means that the spec is being formally examined against implementations of it like RAM here. So take this with a grain of salt, as the spec may be changed before it is finalized. So going to root services of RAM, let me turn on the RDF and OSLC headers first. I could navigate through the catalog to the asset OSLC provider that RAMs provide and search for my Google assets and list it right there in pure RDF. Let me click on my RPM package. And this is the RDF that comes out of RAM. This is of course the non-annotated display. If you put, rather than RDF XML, and you put XML as a header for you, ROM will annotate it to you, and it's going to give you a prettier version of that particular XML rendering. Here it is. Next, I wanted to point out a few usability goodies. A custom attribute could be selected as multi-valued, which means that during a submit or update, you could place multiple values in this attribute. Also, you could specify a regular pattern to validate textual information as one enter values for that attribute. Here we are on an asset that we're submitting with this multi-valued properties, and we could add value 1 over here and value 2. The next cool feature over here in Service Pack 1 is that now when RAM save content, artifacts, it remember if you update or replace an existing artifact, same name, same everything, it would remember previous version of it and allow you to access it or replace it. You could get it from the content, or over here from the history activity for that asset. You could see the previous update to this artifact and the ability to revert to the previous version. So come out to Jazz.net and check us out.